Hello, everybody. Hope your holidays were nice and restful. We are back. Square Triangle. We are talking about World's End. Probably the last event we're covering for the year.
Yeah, it's weird. The timing's weird. It's the last event we're covering for 2025, and it'll be the first episode released in 2026. So,
yep.
But yeah, World's End.
Quite a strong. I think a very strong event. Like a very strong event. I thought there was a low point, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But I think
we agree. There's one match that I don't think needs to be on this card.
Yeah.
But everything else about this felt pretty good, and it was paced pretty well, and nothing felt like extra weight.
I think every match got exactly the right amount of time that they needed to be successful.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen often.
So let's just run through the pre-show. 4 matches. We have Sisters of Sin beating the new All Elite tag team of Hyun and Maya World. Officially signed. They got their graphic. They are now part of the company.
Yep.
So pretty cool there. Just showing that, if you do the job, you will get rewarded.
Yes.
A good 3 minutes can change your life, people.
Yeah,
take that how you want to take that too.
The second match is the continuing feud of Eddie Kingston versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. He is facing Zach Gibson after beating James Drake last week. They jump him. Ortiz returns. We are now getting Eddie and Ortiz versus the Grizzled Young Veterans, which is, I think, a pretty good Ring of Honor matchup. It gives everybody something to do. Mm-hmm. And I think it should be just good matches. We then move to a Don Callis tag team, Mark Davis and Rocky Romero taking on Mascaro Dorado and Bandito. Again, just pre-show match. Everybody gets on, the pre-show. Everybody gets their stuff in. It's nice seeing Bandito at least on the card to a degree. They beat the Don Callis family. And then we get a match that actually has repercussions going into tomorrow's Dynamite. We have Jet Speed and Jurassic Express taking on Josh Alexander and The Demand. Match ends with Ricochet being pinned by Jack Perry. Now they have set up a match for the New Year's Dynamite with Jack Perry and Ricochet for the national title. So,
like it.
Something on the card just to give her some kind of push stories forward with their new belt. And then this card starts off proper. And while we all expected this to be the blow-off match, this was not the blow-off match. This was the appetizer leading to Wrestle Kingdom. I feel like they did not blow their load on this match early. It was a well-paced, well-timed Kazuchi Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita match for the Continental Classic. It's a tease.
Well-structured match.
It's a tease for what is to come.
It is a very, they work the New Japan style, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But it's a thing of beauty when two of the best, not just in the promotion, but two of the best, period, just wrestle it out. And I didn't like the ending per se. But the ending did have repercussions
later.
The rest later. Yeah. But I didn't like that it ended that way.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's I don't think you can have these guys just go clean over each other yet. I think the Wrestle Kingdom match is the big match. I think that is the scheduled match for them.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna the thing is, I don't know if they're gonna do that at Wrestle Kingdom or not.
Well, no, Wrestle Kingdom's Okada and.
It's Okada and Tanahashi, and it's
Tanahashi. That's right. So yeah, this match is still on the back burner.
I think they're saving that for Revolution eventually when they build this feud up proper. I thought this match was really solid. I
think it was really.
I was expecting a lot more, but given the finish of this match and how it pretty much affected the next match, to me that was kind of smart booking in a way. That was smart storytelling because. Okada's actions not only has an effect on this match, but another match with his teammate involved as well. So
Okada,
I don't know. I thought they put it together pretty well.
The finish of this match not only fucks over his teammate in the Don Callis family, but also himself because he has to go against Jon Moxley. later in the night because of it. And
like I said, this match was beautiful. Like very technically sound is what I'm looking at with this match.
Okada wins by using the screwdriver. And they're saving it. They reserved it. They had so much self-control to not let this be like like the pure main event style match that I think people wanted it to be. They had so much self-control here.
And that's why I'm okay with it, because, you need to have the patience when they actually, go full throttle against each other.
Is Wrestle Kingdom the one of 3 days?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the schedule but I know it's Okada versus Tanahashi.
Yeah, but he can wrestle on both days.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 2 days or not. I got to check though.
I think it's multiple days. So one day he can retire Tanahashi and be done with it, and the other day he can. I think if you're booking Wrestle Kingdom and it's 2 days, I think the first night you retire Tanahashi, get him out of there already, and then the second night Konosuke Takeshita puts the title on the line against Okada. Yeah,
it's either that or they do build it to Full Gear. They start having.
I don't.
Or Revolution. What the Revolution, one closer? Because you have to have. You have to have the breakup of Takeshita from Don Cal's family. You have to have like the build to it. So I think it is definitely a Revolution match, if anything.
I don't think it's a good idea to do the New Japan belt necessarily at an AEW pay-per-view. I know these two are both AEW contracted and all of that, but I think to honor the New Japan, title, at least put it on in a New Japan event.
Let me see. I'm gonna see what New Japan's schedule is.
Because they have, Wrestle
they have Wrestle Kingdom on the 4th, and then into January they have some events. I'm trying to see what the next big show is. They have in February the New Beginning US, which is a US show. So maybe February, because they have a bunch of events leading up to it called the Road to the New Beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And New Beginning is in February, so I can see February being the big title match.
Sure.
I could definitely see that. So maybe, who knows? We may get it in February then.
I would be in for seeing it in February, if not at Wrestle Kingdom, because I do think.
I think Takeshita costs Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
I think that would be really funny.
And then they build it to February. I
think that would be really funny.
Yeah. So I think he costs the retirement match, and then they build to the show in February in the US. And I can see that being the big title match. But yeah, a great match. We knew it was going to be good. The self-control though, it just makes me want more, and I can't wait until we see more.
Yep. I agree.
Following that, Jon Moxley and Kyle Fletcher have a lot to follow, and even they deliver. It's two guys who you don't think would have great chemistry, but man, these guys are good.
At this point in Jon Moxley's career, I almost expect him to have chemistry with everybody in AEW right at this point. He's wrestled for a very long time. His style he's not a very he has to get his stuff in style. What is his style? A lariat and a captain's hook and a DDT. That's it. Everything else is negotiable in his wrestling style, and that's why he gets on so well with submission wrestlers and high flyers and whoever he's against.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been sick the last week. This match is really good. And mostly because a lot of it is more of a technical match a lot of the time. This is also a match where Jon Moxley does not bleed. However, due to him being a silly little guy, he somehow chips his tooth on a nothing spot. And it's just
I don't even think that was a spotty. I think it was just like a
It wasn't. They
little
just pulled
accident he had.
they pulled the steps away. Then he tried to like sell like his leg
kinda-
thing. He just smacked his mouth on the steps and chipped his tooth. And I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause it
he
was-
didn't even bleed this match. He just chipped his tooth. Like, what the fuck, Moxley? Yeah. So he chipped a tooth in this match, which has to be painful. I mean,
yeah.
and it went pretty far up too when he took the picture of it. So it's like, yeah, that's like probably nerves and everything too.
Yeah, because if those nerves were exposed, I can only imagine the pain he was in that entire match. Because coming from somebody who broke his molar a couple of years ago,
yeah,
man, that put me in tears. So I
When
can only
you-
imagine.
when you hear his promo later in the night, like he is like having a hard time speaking too because of probably his mouth is in pain.
Yeah.
But 22 minutes, a great mashup of styles. Kyle Fletcher looks cocky. He looks like the cocky rookie that we know he is. And he gets submitted. And we get Okada versus Moxley, which I don't think is a match that even happened in New Japan when he was over there.
No.
So a nice
they teased
first
it
time
for
ever.
a while. They teased it for
Yeah.
a while, and then I think Moxley ended up showing up in AEW.
Yeah, it was a nice little first time ever. This match is lost though as Kyle Fletcher goes for the screwdriver that is no longer there because of Okada. And
It's under the ring now.
gets submitted by John Moxley. So
There's something really funny about the way the Don Callis family is slowly breaking apart. Of like they're just putting the seeds right now. Like they're getting the
it's
ground set
Takeshita
up.
first, but I see Kyle also getting fed up with Okada.
From the group also.
I see him getting fed up with Okada, and then stuff starts falling apart.
So, well, because Callis left with Okada after he won,
Yes,
and so no one was able to tell him. So no one told Kyle
Wasn't
Fletcher, "Hey,
there.
the screwdriver's under the ring."
yeah.
And then even they mentioned it on commentary. They were like, "Oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher didn't even watch the match because he was busy with something else."
Also, Kyle Fletcher rocking. Kyle Fletcher rocking the Super Shredder gear. Also,
that was awesome. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher and John Moxley. To me, this was a surprise because I didn't know what to expect from these two coming into this match.
It's a weird pairing.
They have two. Yeah,
It's a very weird pairing.
Two completely different styles, yet they mesh so well. And the crowd was super into this match the whole time. And
Yes.
yeah, Kyle Fletcher continuing his streak of Continental Classic 5-star matches, or somewhere close to 5-star matches. Yeah, I think this whole tournament in general was his coming out party, and I think he's ready to be a champion. AEW World Champion at some point in the near future.
Yes.
let's also give a nice little rip for his neck on the turnbuckle spot. Which was hard to watch.
Yeah.
We had to bring it up. It was hard to watch. Even when me and X were watching it, I was like, Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah,
like,
and the thing was, that wasn't the only time that happened that night. And a lot of this kind of alarmed me because I'm like, okay, they're just kind of dropping each other on their heads now. I get that those spots are I get it that those spots are really, risky and all that stuff, but I don't think they should be doing that.
somebody pointed out that Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter did it later, but they did it actually way safer too. Like the angle you catch on the Statlander Hayter match looks rough, but Statlander is protecting Hayter well on that turnbuckle one. It's just how Kyle Fletcher is coming down. There's not much you can do to protect that if you're coming down at you have to be coming down at the right angle.
And I guess it was really noticeable because like William Regal made like a whole X post about
everybody came out of the fucking everybody came out of the woodwork about it, and the first comment I see is like, look at all these WWE people coming out about neck injuries, and one of the comments was AEW must have had a good show tonight. It's like they're trying to find some way to shit on it. It's like,
it is insane.
Regal has a point, and he's talking to the workers. He's not talking to the unwashed ass of the IWC. He's talking to the workers.
It is a rough spot to watch though. Like even we were watching, we're like, ugh. Like let's not do that like regularly.
They only when I saw that
they only did one big spot in that match too, which was that For the most part, they did keep it to the ring, keep it to a more technical style a lot of the time. So like they did that big spot, and then just it was really safe for the rest of the match, which was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like definitely something. At least like with that spot, it is really hard to protect when you do that. That's like a Snapdragon off the turnbuckle. It's just not a good angle to come down on. But yeah, so Jon Moxley wins by technical submission. We are getting Moxley and Okada later in the night. Both these men are beat up coming into that last match. Then we have a nice little period of cooldown matches, which are fun to watch, and they don't overly do it, and they don't overly stay their welcome. Just a good like back-to-back of tag team matches. We have FTR with Stokely versus the Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn in a Chicago street fight. This was a fun match.
Mm-hmm.
I really like seeing Juice Robinson back. I wish the rest of Bullet Club Gold would be back soon. I was hoping for a Jay White return during this match, but I understand probably still on a timeline for injury recovery.
Yeah.
Stokely taking some of the biggest bumps in this match.
Yeah.
Also completely missing a table while doing
completely missing a table. Really funny. Stokely is just a great addition to FTR. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, it feels like. Cash Wheeler just going through a table like a madman on a dive. Like just pure over rotation onto the outside. Completely missing like, Austin Gunn too.
And the crazy part was like he was upside down when the table broke, so he just kind of over rotates and then he just goes straight to the table downward like that. It was insane to watch.
It does kind of become FTR taking on Juice Robinson with Austin Gunn on the outside for a bit. And it's still just finishing move, kick out, Austin Gunn breaking up pinfalls at the right time. But it just, FTR just does too much damage to Juice Robinson, and they pick up the win, holding on to the tag team championships. A very fun match.
Yeah.
This was.
If this is building up to, a Jay White return and we're getting Jay White and the Bullet Club against FTR, I can deal with that. I can deal with that feud. Maybe hopefully passing on the world titles to them for tag down the line. But
I don't know, man. I think I still feel like they're going in another direction with FTR and the tag belts.
I think they're holding them on until Christian and Edge
until Christian and Cope return, which I'm not too through. I'm not looking forward to that. Honestly,
they are.
Because you got Jet Speed, you got the Outrunners, you got like maybe Swerve and Hangman they could work programs with. You could pick anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think they should hold out for Cope and Christian.
They're also not a guarantee that they're coming back.
Yeah. So it's just also. So I guess the titles right now are just kind of in like a limbo until they figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a Hangman Swerve tag run. Like it's just, if they're out of the title picture for the time being, give them something to do. Give them the dysfunctional tag team arc. So,
well, I need Swerve to have a tag partner he's not trying to kill is the problem. Because he had that with he had that with what's his name too, Keith Lee.
Lee.
It's like this one is like.
I hope he's doing well, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it though. I wouldn't mind them like beating up an opponent and then arguing, then beating up the other opponent and arguing, and just like being on this complete dysfunctional run. But I don't know. The tag titles are in like a weird spot. A big thing on here is trios titles just not being defended at all because Samoa Joe's in the world picture. So it's just kind of another thing there with double champions kind of stopping titles from being defended.
And I don't know, man. Like, I think it may be just time to retire the trios titles because they just be sitting on. I think they just sit on teams for way too long and they don't get defended at all. So, this is the second straight time this has happened, and I think it's just time to get rid of them.
Yeah, you can throw them into the vault for the time being. Just have teams freebird it with the tag titles if you have multi-man groups. But yeah, a very good match. We kind of assumed FTR would win going into this. Bang Bang Gang has not had like a great build up to this. So they just seem like they're the intermission feud while we wait for the next one. However, the women's tag match is all gas. We have the Babes of Wrath versus Mercedes Moné and Athena, two very dominant champions chasing the tag titles. And the crash outs. The crash outs continue.
Yeah.
So a very fun match.
I will say, as we come into this, the Babes of Wrath theme does sound like a Def Rebel theme.
It does.
It does, but it's also Willow's theme. It's just they added that to it, so
that's what makes it. That's what makes it Def Rebel.
A little bit, maybe.
You have to yell your name before your music starts.
At least they didn't do that with Austin Theory's theme.
I don't think that's Def Rebel.
I don't think it is either. They actually have. I think it's like they actually have like music guys.
Has some substance.
Oh well, if they got rid of them, that's fine with me. But that's besides the point.
Anyway,
so we have Babes of Wrath versus Mercedes and Athena, and this match is not built up
Fire
to show how hard it is to beat Mercedes. This match is here to show how much Mercedes and Athena fucking hate each other, despite being on the tag team. They are constantly
so in this match.
They are dysfunctional. They are constantly hitting each other, and we get a nice conclusion here with Willow pinning Mercedes. It's just kind of stealing a pin, not really being like a dominant, like Mercedes is taken out kind of thing. And we just have the crash out continuing. She is losing her belts. Yeah. She is losing matches.
She is losing her mind.
Athena looks pissed about it. And it goes to a promo later in the night where Mercedes is crashing out in her dressing room, breaking the Dollar Tree mirror. Oh no.
Oh no.
And all these other things. And it's like, here it is. Here is the downward spiral of loss and desperation.
I will say this became like something of a trend after this. Is just people kept saying fuck for no reason other than like they're on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It started with Moné and it kept going after that.
And most of it is MJF later in his match.
Yeah, it's mostly MJF, but
I noticed
that pattern after this match.
We can just attribute that to Mercedes just absolutely losing her mind, because she keeps losing belts and she keeps losing matches, and she is pretty much snapping hard right now. I think Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné are competing for the TBS Championship on New Year's Smash.
Good.
I think that led to that match. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but if she loses again, I can just see her like going full nuclear.
Pipe bomb, but with F-bombs.
Yeah. Again, though, like a really good match, and we have seen Harley Cameron improve over the last year, and she did great in this match against Athena and Mercedes. Like Willow got a lot of the big spots in, but Harley was there and she was doing her shit. So
yeah, man, she has been a revelation these last few months or so. She's ultra talented, but now it's like she is to the point where she's just hanging in there with some of the top talent in the world. Mm-hmm. Her talent knows no bounds. Her ceiling knows no bounds. And I'm so happy for Harley Cameron, man. She only been at this for a few years too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's funny.
She was in WWE for like a little bit, right?
A little bit.
I think she was. Yeah, it's a short period of time.
Yeah, but I mean, she's becoming great in the ring. She's funny. She does so much character work. Like she has everything. Like if there's somebody who after the tag team run deserves like a TBS title run, it's definitely her.
And then she did an AEW commercial that's still stuck in my head.
Which one?
Shop AEW, didn't feel the wrath.
So, but yeah, this is definitely feels like it's also building back towards Mercedes versus Athena again for a title. And yes, more of that, please.
Give me that feud all day because I've kind of been waiting for that.
Athena, like I haven't seen her wrestle in a hot minute. I watch Ring of Honor like every now and again when I have time. I don't have time anymore. And like, damn, she's really good. Actually,
she's like carrying the women's division in Ring of Honor right now, so they haven't put her on AEW TV proper.
Yeah, this is why I want her on AEW TV properly, man. Like, I do think Athena is one of those talents that just needs to be on that roster right now because she can push that women's division forward.
Yeah. I mean, great match. The two back-to-back tag team matches getting their. I know we complain a lot about the women's matches and the time they get, but this one felt like it had just enough that it needed.
Yes.
All these matches felt like they got just enough time to do everything and then end and not feel like they overstayed their welcome. Except for this match. We don't need this match on the card. It's like Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd just in a singles match. Just because we have a yearly Christmas tradition of Darby Allin being thrown down some steps at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
Honorary Death Rider to Gabe Kidd. Just, I guess, to give Darby a Death Rider to fight this pay-per-view.
Or just something to do in general.
It didn't feel like I watched AEW. Like, it didn't feel well
it wasn't
either.
It didn't. It was like they did like one interaction on the Dynamite before, and then they put it onto the card. This was like definitely a shoehorned card to fill time for this match.
Yeah, you can tell that this thing was just slapped together last minute.
Unless they're just getting more showtime for Gabe Kidd, who may or may not be leaving New Japan. I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, it's just this just felt really slapped together. You know, they did the usual stuff. They both bled. They both did hardcore shit. You know, and I don't know. I just wasn't. I feel like this match could have just been on Dynamite or Collision.
Again, also I don't think the FTR match had a lot of blood. I think there might have been like a little bit from scrapes because it was a street fight. But this was like the first match on the card too, where somebody was like busted open.
Yeah,
and I think it's the only match on the card where that happens too. Like, they actually had some self-control with this pay-per-view when it came to blading. But yeah, Darby Allin beats Gabe Kidd. Just, it's a match. It's definitely like, this is definitely like the bathroom break match of the card, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because then we get absolute gold in the Mixed Nuts Mayhem match, which is a hilarious name, but is also a hilarious cast of characters. We have Tony Storm. Stupid. We have Tony Storm, Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy versus the Death Riders of Claudio, Daniel, Wheeler, and Marina Shafir. Oh, this match was so fun. And that's the thing is, I didn't even like care about it. I didn't even care. This match was just fun.
It was just dumb, stupid fun. That's what I love about it.
Shout out to friend of the show, Anxiety Lasagna, who immediately sent me like the video of Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm like ballroom dancing as they wrestled.
Yes, there was a lot.
And she's
a lot
like,
in this
Your
match.
Honor, I love him.
So, they need to understand that they have gold now with Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy. And,
I think they do.
And I think they need to understand that hard. Also, I want to point out, I think this was the first full-fledged intergender wrestling match that we've had for AEW, which is a nice little evolution of things. We also got to see Marina Shafir and Roderick Strong beat the shit out of each other. Which was like really, it was just like
Marina kicked Roddy a little too hard in the face.
Yeah, she kicked him really hard, and then he slapped the shit out of her back. It's like
I was fucking cracking up when I saw that.
Even the lead up to this, we had Mark Briscoe take Tony Storm's hand and give the kiss, and Tony Storm was like flustered by it, and then like this whole time she's dancing with Orange Cassidy, like in the ballroom dancing, and all that, and they're both beating the shit out of Claudio, and Tony like top rope lariats like Claudio, and the man sells for her, and it's like everybody in this match was having just so much fun.
Yeah, Claudio put Tony in the swing, which was crazy good.
Yeah, and then they Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm beat the shit out of Wheeler Yuta, which is just again really funny. They have their little dance and the thing, and then even post match like celebration, like they're carrying each other, or like Tony Storm's carrying Orange Cassidy. It's just really like this was like the perfect like come down of all the high, and it's like here's just a fun match for you all for the Christmas season.
Here, turn your brain off for a little bit and watch Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm dance.
Orange
There are
Cassidy
two
also
flavors of the same chaotic energy.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy also squaring up to Dano Garcia, and instead of doing his hands in his pockets, he did Dano Garcia's dance at him. And I'm just like,
That was
it's just when the comedy wrestling is good and it doesn't insult the audience's intelligence and they're just allowed to have fun, you get gems like this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel like I was being told you're stupid for liking this, like during the match, like, you know, most comedy matches would feel like. It's like, hey, here are people wrestling and they're going to be funny while doing it. So
I know this is, you know what? I have the same feeling about this match as the same with the Street Fighter trailer. You know, I know it's dumb. I know it's stupid. I'm still going to go see it.
Yes.
You know, because this looks entertaining as hell. This match that movie is probably going to be, I loved every bit of this match, you know. And yes, it's dumb and it's stupid. I love it because I love dumb, stupid stuff.
I had so much fun watching this match. Excuse me.
Isn't this what like wrestling is supposed to feel like, guys? It's just supposed to be fun. And that's what this was.
I had to explain to my mom. I was like, hey, I'm going to be watching wrestling. And she was like, is that the one you watched when you were growing up? And it's like, yeah. It's like, isn't that stuff fake? And I'm like, yes, it is. It's like, and I had to talk to her about the intricacies of wrestling and how things are determined. It's like, that kind of takes away the surprise, right? It's like, well, not for the audience. It's like, yeah, they know who's going to win. We don't. So like, that's where the fun comes in. So it's like, while I'm dying from a seasonal flu, just talking to my mom about how wrestling works.
I just think there's just a lot of people these days who just take wrestling way too seriously. Like, come on, dude. This is supposed to be fun. Okay. And I'm entertained by it.
It's a previously aforementioned unwashed ass of the IWC.
Yeah. Unwashed ass of the IWC.
And again, 12 minutes. More than enough time for this match to shine.
Yeah.
Doesn't overstay its welcome. The good guys get the win. So, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get on to the bangers. The last three matches on the card, delivering as always. We get Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter. 18 minutes of great women's wrestling.
Good British style wrestling.
British style wrestling. These two women just beating the shit out of each other and just trying to power through one another.
Mm-hmm.
Good chemistry.
This was my match of the night number 2.
Yeah. Chris Statlander retains as we expected. It is definitely going to be Jamie Hayter's time at some point, but just not tonight.
Yeah.
We may have lost Deca.
I think we did. Hold on.
There we go.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Hey, I'm here. I made it.
Okay, so
I heard what y'all were saying.
Okay.
I liked this match. I think it is actually my match of the night.
Definitely.
It just goes to show once again, both major companies, the women are just carrying everything.
I think it's match of the night for me because the Okada Moxley match is good, but doesn't really like hit a high point. It's just two guys wrestling New Japan style. And then the main event is good, but it's just like, it's a weirdly booked match.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I can't really like get behind it. I understand why, but I just get how we got here was just weak, you know?
I don't see the vision.
I don't see the vision right now either.
I don't need. Here's the thing though. This is why this match right here and the Mox Fletcher match I have is both of my matches of the night, because with Hayter and Statlander, this is what I expected from them too. You know, they're kind of like two sides of the same coin.
They're two very strong women.
They're two very strong women. They're both super tough as hell. I expected this match to be this good, you know, and it was better than I thought this was going to be. You know, especially with Chris Statlander, you know, doing some of the stuff she did in this match. You know, especially landing that Haterade on Jamie Hayter, which looked really good, by the way.
They hit each other's moves on him. Jamie Hayter hit Chris Statlander with the Saturday Night Fever. Chris Statlander laid out Jamie Hayter with a Haterade. Like, it's just
Like,
stealing moves.
This is the match I expected between these two, so I'm not surprised this was this good. You know, both of these women just proved like they're like two of the best women's wrestlers in the world right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. But this is like the third or fourth like pay-per-view between both companies where the match of the night has been the women's match.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the women have just been owning wrestling lately. It's wild.
I will say for through all of 2025, throughout the whole year, it's been the women's match.
It's been a women's year for wrestling. They have been strictly better than the men's matches. Like, the men's matches have been good, but the women overall, from stories to builds to match quality, like, they have dominated this fucking year. It's wild. It's just the bar is set for any women coming after them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kat Statlander retains. I'm interested to see who her next feud is. I would like to see Jamie back in a title picture at some point. She's definitely going to be there. She's definitely going to be always hovering around the world title picture. I would like her time to come sooner than later, though.
Yeah.
So would I.
But yeah. Also, I was thinking about it. Nothing has come from the Britt Baker return for Mercedes, right?
No, I don't think so.
Because I think,
At least not that I've heard of.
because what was it? It was like 3 pay-per-views ago. She showed back up, and she just hasn't been around.
Yeah.
So
That was several pay-per-views ago.
yeah, she just hasn't been present at all. So a very weird thing, but at least we have women who are carrying this division and filling the slots as needed.
Oh yeah, there's a ginormous roster that
A huge talented roster of women. This is like card that doesn't even have Tekla on it. Like, that's just how deep this women's roster is. Like, Tekla's,
I feel like Tekla's next for Statlander. That was my headcanon, at least. You know, I think she's up next for Statlander.
we have Megan Bain still in the wings. Like, and this is like a card without like some of the top women still here, and it's just a deep roster, and it's still, the sky's the limit on feuds for Statlander. But yeah, she retains going into the new year as champion. Always, you love to see it. Then we get the finals to the C2. Jon Moxley versus Kazuchika Okada, a first time ever match. These guys did just wrestle like a New Japan style of beating the shit out of each other.
Again, this is that thing I was talking about where Mox can like make his style work for anybody that he's wrestling.
I love Okada not thinking Moxley's going to hit him hard, and then realizing the error of his ways when he gets hit by Moxley
Very quickly, yeah.
Like,
oh, that hurt.
Yeah. I mean, 20 minutes, it didn't even feel like 20 minutes. This match fucking flew by.
It was a really well done match. I think any of these matches that involves Okada or Takeshita, I think any of these feuds are going to be like money down the line. So like Moxie, Okada, Takeshita.
I'm seeing the vision of a babyface Death Riders versus Don Cal's family coming out of this. For some reason.
Especially after this finish.
Because Moxley wins. He has dethroned Okada. The Unified Championship is now gone. Moxley has the Continental title. Okada is still the International title holder.
Champion.
But the Death Riders come out to congratulate him, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the backstab, and it just doesn't happen. They're hugging him and like cheering with him, and I was like, "Are we getting a babyface turn?" Like,
probably. That's what I was thinking. Because I was like you. I was sitting there like, okay, anytime now.
They all showed up, and I'm just like, they're standing off to the side as he's cutting his promo, and I'm like, "Where's the bag, Claudio? Where's the bag?" It's like, what are you gonna do to him? Because it's a year to the day of them doing it to Bryan Danielson. So it's like, it would be like the perfect bookend, but like they cheer and they leave with him, and I'm just like, are we even slow burning this, or is this just becoming a babyface turn for everybody?
Yeah.
I think it's still a slow burn. I think Moxley is still going to die at some point to Claudio.
I think it might be a slow burn, but at the same time, we could go through a whole DCF feud before it happens. So
I think we're probably going to get.
It's going to be interesting.
I think we're probably going to get a Don Callis family feud. It just feels like a natural evolution of Moxley after beating one of his guys. You know, because they even point out like Moxley gave Callis the scar. Like that was something that they brought up on commentary. So I think we're seeing a Moxley versus Don Callis family, which keeps everybody going. I do wish Moxley would just take a fucking vacation, but that is beyond our power at this point.
I think he's done with it, and he doesn't want to take a vacation.
He's like, fuck it, I'm here, I'm working, I've come in.
Yeah,
he's like, fuck it, my wife's right there. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, on top of that, Tony Khan did mention that he started the year banged up, and he wrestled his way into being healthy, which that's unheard of, also. But
that sounds utterly psychotic.
And they just broke a tooth.
Insane.
For 2 matches, and all he walked away with was a broken tooth. Like,
and a continental championship on top of that, but you know.
Yeah. I feel like if the card ended here, I would have been satisfied.
Yeah. Like, however, I am glad that they ended with the world title finally.
They did do a world title. The thing is, like, they are defending the world title on this card. If they weren't defending the world title on this card, I feel like ending it with that match would have been perfect if you just had like a 4-way with these guys or somewhere else on the card. But because this is for the title, it is the main event. It is the Fatal 4-way, MJF, Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Adam Page. A good match. And still showing some of Hangman and Swerve's like kind of new teamwork. Like they are both working together to take out MJF and Samoa Joe at times. It is such a weird match though, because MJF was inserted because of his cash-in.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a 20-minute match of everybody kind of doing their thing, and then MJF just wins.
Yeah.
What? It's like, and it's like it was a win that I think came after Samoa Joe was taken out by Hangman and Swerve. But like during this match, even Hangman and Swerve didn't fall back into their own ways. Like they didn't even really go at each other a lot during this match. Like they kind of
did a little bit.
They did a little bit, but they mostly like kind of worked this match as a team, it felt like. And it's just like MJF just gets the title. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm kind of curious to what the vision is. Because I don't see it. That's the thing. It's like
that's the thing, guys. I don't know either. And there's been a hell of a lot of conversation surrounding MJF in the days following this pay-per-view. You know, and this is what I've discovered recently. There's a good sect of AEW fans who hate MJF, but like not because of character work and all that. They hate him on a visceral level. You know, I don't know what it is that they've tied him to. You know, maybe they tied him to the bad period per se of AEW in 2023,
I think the complaint is,
I don't know.
I think the complaint is that no matter what is going on in AEW, no matter what the landscape is or what is going on, MJF is just constantly the same character. He's like the Miz. Like he'll never change, but he's definitely like just one of the guys who is always there.
I mean, that's something CM Punk said in a promo, right? Like,
yeah,
just a less famous Miz.
And even when we got,
and I think that's just probably what everybody's fed up with, you know, because I think as a whole, people are just tired of edgelord characters. You know, I think Deca mentioned this a while back on one of these episodes about MJF. Yeah, because I know you said it's like this was a while ago too, before everybody else is kind of like, hey, wait a minute.
But like we had promise because he came back against Adam Cole. He had his new look. He had the Triple H like jacket look that he had. He had a whole new attitude, and then it's like the weeks that followed, he just went back into suit and scarf MJF.
And like, that's the thing though, like he continues to, and like when he starts doing like interesting things that could evolve his character, he just reverts right back to the edgelord MJF. You know, and I think, you know, a lot of people have gotten sick of it. You know, some people would just prefer him not be champion right now because of this mess. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight per se. I think MJF's a great talent, but he really does at some point need to start evolving, because I think this act is starting to run a bit stale.
If I had to guess, I think he's going to go through a few babyface feuds. And then, like, the only thing I can see being the long run thing is that Ospreay takes the title off of him.
I think that's what they're projecting right now.
But it's like Ospreay's not back in the picture, so it's like you're starting that on hopes that Ospreay will be ready to go by the time you are ready to have him.
Yeah.
But until then, it's just like MJF versus whoever at this point. I mean, it's just like, it's a weird, like, all right, who is he feuding with? Is he going to be feuding with Swerve and Hangman? Or is somebody new going to step up and Hangman and Swerve are going to have to go to the back of the line like AEW does with their world title scene? So
I think AEW, I think it's about time also for AEW to start adding to their main event scene, because you got a lot of top caliber guys that can fit in that scene pretty well. You know,
I think we're probably going to see it. I think we might see like a Kevin Knight feud. I think we might see a Bandito feud for MJF. God forbid they put him against any luchador, because I can already see he's going to be like promoting about ice and everything. You know he's going to.
Oh God! I think that's what a lot of people on Blue Sky are afraid of.
So he's going to.
MJF is just the Eric Cartman of AEW.
He is. He is. But like, I wouldn't mind a good Kevin Knight feud, a good Bandito feud, and then Ospreay takes it off with it, because you can have you put the title on Ospreay without him having to beat Strickland or Hangman. So it's like, hey, I get to beat the villain as the babyface. I don't have to beat another like babyface or tweener. You know, I dethrone MJF.
But on the other hand, if they are going this route, you know, with All In, you can expect about an 8-month title reign with MJF though. So they're gonna have to figure out how to fill out 8 months worth of time.
It's gonna be like
Ospreay is ready to go.
I can see like 6 to 8 months. Like it's gonna be rough.
I don't think it should go that long.
It is going to be a rough period.
So I think if you're doing anything, I would just get the belt off of MJF right around Double or Nothing, you know, and then have that person, whoever he loses to, you know, maybe take that to All In. But I don't know, man. I don't know what the long-term plan is for MJF as champion. But it just kind of feels like an immediate pivot. I feel
like MJF is there just like, all right, reset, we'll figure something out. Like, it's like, hey,
I just didn't like the pivot away from Joe that quick, though. This is what I'm saying.
Well, I think it's like I think they put themselves in a situation where it's like Joe has won the title. He has only had it for a brief time. And now we're having Hangman and Swerve, who are kind of having this weird like buddy cop thing going on. So we don't want to put the title on them. But at the same time, like, we don't want them to lose either right now.
Yeah.
So it's like MJF, Joe takes the pin. And it's just like, I feel like that's like a shit. It is our shit. We've kind of booked ourselves into a corner, reset
a little bit.
So, but it's a weird reset because it's just like they weren't. They weren't, and it's just like, all right. So, what's the goal here, my guy? It's like
Samoa Joe was doing great. I thought he was doing fine. I think Samoa Joe deserves a better reign, because of like, if anything else, just for the notoriety he brings whatever company he works for through Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Looking at
Justice for Joe.
So looking at this, he won. So he won in November.
Yeah, full gear.
He defended it once against Eddie Kingston. And then he lost it in the 4-way. So 35 days.
That's it. That's all he got.
If you're going to like do that, I'd rather just say like, hey, he beats Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston doesn't give up. Let him feud with Eddie Kingston a few more rounds, and then have somebody take the belt off of him. But like 35, Joe as a transitional champion feels criminal.
Yeah, because if they were going to do that, I would have just kept the belt on Hangman until World's End and have him lose the title there to MJF. That would have made more sense to me. But, you know, because it ultimately just makes Hangman's loss feel kind of meaningless in a way.
But I also think like Joe is on the verge of retiring. You know, this is probably just his last run. He's probably going to have another run, probably long run with the trios titles until he drops those. I don't know when the next Twisted Metal starts filming. So, I mean, it could just be him beginning to wind down stuff. He's like, all right, you know, take the belt, do whatever you guys got to do.
That's also possible.
But it's just like, it's just so weird that you pivot to MJF of all people. When, if I think, who's in that Casino Gauntlet match? There was a lot of people in that Casino Gauntlet match that could have benefited from, you know, stealing a world title win, even if it's just for a short reign, you know, like just maybe even putting somebody like Josh Alexander in this match and just having him like steal the title after Joe gets knocked out and those guys get taken out. You know, it's like, hey, look, we have a new champion, and it's not somebody who people hate. It's a guy who is going to serve as a transitional heel champion. And
Yeah.
but he's been world champion in another company. So like he's believable. But it's just like it's the choice and the timing of MJF that just has me kind of like, the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of puzzled about this also, but you know, maybe they know the plan for MJF in the long term. I don't know, but if they're gonna keep this title on him until All In, that's about 8 months. I don't know if fans are gonna be able to put up with 8 months of MJF as champ, considering that it's just gonna be mostly him cutting promos and all that, and not really wrestling. You know, so
and
I
not
don't
to
know.
mention MJF. Not to mention that, like, it's also, we don't know what's happening tomorrow. We're recording this on a Tuesday. You know, AEW Dynamite's tomorrow. We're supposed to hear from MJF, and that'll probably set up the next feud that he goes into.
Yeah.
But we don't know what that is yet. So by the time you see this, Dynamite will have aired.
Everything.
And then
Dynamite
we'll
would have
all
aired.
know.
Everything will be figured out by then.
A picture leading into 2026 would have
Yes.
been painted. It's just like, it's just a weird sudden pivot that it's like it's caught us all kind of off guard. I was expecting MJF to be the one to take the pin, you know, so it's like, hey, Swerve and Hangman don't have to eat a pin. Joe gets the pin, MJF, and retain the title a little bit longer, you know, and then they can kind of be pissed at MJF. It keeps Hangman and Swerve looking strong, but they did the opposite. Hey, MJF's coming in here to get the pin. It's just like, that's not how we booked this. It's like,
wait a minute, that wasn't in the script.
I feel like it just makes more sense if just MJF is in there to eat the pin from Joe, or to get cocky thinking that he could beat him and then gets choked out by Joe or something, and Joe can be world champion longer and look stronger. But it's like, it is just a weird decision that is just kind of like, I fucking guess. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
I better say even if it's the first person's music that should be Kevin Knight. You should do Kevin Knight and then Speedball and Bandito as kind of like 3 MJF feuds just to get those guys into the title picture.
Well, I do know that Bandito won the Dynamite Diamond ring. So
now you have a feud. It's like, hey, MJF, I have your ring.
Yeah. So
and honestly, you know what, man? Honestly, Bandito dethroning MJF, I'm for it. Like, if that's the plan 6 months down the line, I'm here for it. Like,
that would be funny.
Yeah.
Just give Bandito a world title run. He's earned it. But yeah, it was a very weird finish to an otherwise very good show.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of been like a running thing on a lot of AEW pay-per-views recently. They haven't been bad finishes. They've just been odd finishes in the main events. It's just kind of like, I think it started with Hangman losing like just to the Ops when he'll coming back. It's like, that's a weird booking decision.
Yeah.
And then now just like MJF wins. It's like, I guess MJF wins. It's like, I don't know what we're doing here, but it happened. So yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow what 2026 is going to have.
Yeah.
Aside from that, very good show though.
Yes.
Yeah, I would still give this an A.
It's definitely got, definitely gets some A.
This is definitely an A show. It's just
I'd say if we're gonna be pedantic,
decisions.
if we're gonna be like super pedantic, it'd be like A minus. But like, no, it's solid A.
Whereas the previous AEW show we did just kind of felt weird throughout, I guess because of where match placements were. This one had one match that really just didn't need to be there, but it was still a good match. It just didn't need to be on the card. And then it was a weird finish to a main event, but everything else on the card rocked. The C2 finish, all the match quality was very good. Like, they ended the year very well. So, can't be too mad about that.
I'm just interested to see what wrestling does in 2026, because a lot of people felt like, this company, kind of went through its pains early on and then it got its footing. And it turned out to be one of the best things this year. Meanwhile, it was complete opposite for WWE, But I just hope that both companies and all the other companies around just have a much better year next year. We're seeing the rise of CMLL, AAA, kind of with WWE taking its spot, taking a new spotlight. And I'm just interested in what 2026 is going to hold for pro wrestling as a whole, especially AEW.
Yeah, I think going into 2026, WWE just needs to find its soul or something, man. Like they've been having soulless pay-per-views.
Yeah.
From the feeling of it, like it's just been matches for the sake of matches. Like it hasn't felt anything, nothing's felt built to in WWE. And then the match quality is all right, but at the same time, it's just like, here's your 10 minutes of wrestling and your corporate mandated advertisements.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then on top of that, I would love to see more CMLL next year because I think I kind of missed out on a good chunk of it because of minus the AEW stuff that I caught. But I just kind of need to check out CMLL more. Maybe some more promotions also. It's like like we were talking about before we went on the air. About All Japan Pro Wrestling because that's still around.
Hey, Stardom
Allegedly.
Is running an event WrestleMania weekend here in the US. So like Stardom is just like, Stardom's just like, fuck your WrestleMania weekend. It's like, So, I mean, we got New Japan doing stuff in the US. We got CMLL and AAA getting more showtime here in the US. It's good. Everything is building. Everybody is getting to show their stuff. CMLL had a great year in AEW. Mystico got shown a lot in AEW and was booked like the champion that he is.
He has had a career resurgence.
Yeah, it's just like it's been a great partnership. We did talk about Yota Tsuji talking about how he wants the partnership with New Japan All Wrestling to end because it doesn't feel like it's done much, even though he does concede that Okada is what sold out the Tokyo Dome. So it's just like,
guys.
But I feel like it's definitely like, that's like just kind of corporate talk. Cause I do feel like it has kind of been one-sided for AEW when it comes to New Japan. They have gotten, I think, a lot more than New Japan's gotten, but at the same time, I think New Japan right now is in a weird spot as a company itself. And there's not really much they can do to help that,
But in the same breath though, I don't see a lot of TNA wrestlers winning NXT championships either. So these partnerships kind of work like that. They're a little one-sided sometimes, not to mention, NXT's kind of snatching up all their best talent anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, a fantastic year of wrestling. We're hoping that it next year can live up to it to some degree. Maybe see an improvement in some places, but I'm excited for what 2026 has in store for us.
Yeah.
I am curious to see where title pictures go. I'm curious to see like where feuds go and where character work goes in terms of everybody. I want WWE to try. Please just try. That's all I'm asking. It doesn't have to work, but show me that you're willing to do something different than what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Because it's not working. But aside from that, hope you all have a new year or had a safe and happy new year. This is the first episode of 2026, finishing out 2025. And
we
I think
are in 2025. So tell us about how, tell us about what the apocalypse that inevitably happened.
what is the show in January? It's a WWE
The
show.
Royal Rumble that's in
It's the
Saudi.
Royal
We're
Rumble
not
in
touching it.
Saudi.
Oh, right. So the one we're not covering. I guess
Yeah,
we'll be
right.
covering maybe Wrestle Kingdom. So
Elimination Chambers after that, so I think that would be the first show we're covering. Because
Yeah.
I know Elimination
It's a
Chambers, I
shame.
think in February or March.
It's a shame because Royal Rumble is one of my favorite events, and they're in Saudi. So
Yeah, this is kind of the one where WWE starts doing more shows in Saudi. So we got the Royal Rumble there. Next year we're gonna have WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, which
At
I
least
feel bad for the UK, honestly, because they deserve that more than anybody else.
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess
At least with the Saudis buying EA, they're like a little too broke for more stuff.
yes, they cannot do more stuff. So I guess the first episode that's going to be for the new year will be Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'll say, well, we could do Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom would be.
yeah, we could if we.
We could.
I
I
might
just
catch
gotta
it.
watch that later in the morning.
It's a solid 8-hour show, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we probably won't cover it like match per match like we do with these ones. We'll probably just cover the more important matches on the card.
Yeah.
But aside from that, hope you all had a good New Year. Hope to see you guys a little more in some way in 2026. A lot of the events will not be covered due to, the Saudi involvement and all that, and just our thoughts on the matter. But so you may have a shorter year, but we will try to find ways to give you guys a little bit more if we can. And if that means covering Wrestle Kingdom, we'll cover Wrestle Kingdom. So if that means covering CMLL or AAA, we'll do that too. So we'll find a way. But thank you all for supporting us this year. It's meant a lot. And yeah, we hope to see more of you guys in 2026. So I got nothing else. You guys got anything else? All right.
Happy New Year. Don't drink and drive. And we'll see you in the next year, 2026. And hopefully we kept you entertained throughout this year.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys for more in 2026. Take care, everybody.
Bye.